Hi, this is Julie Fast, and today I want to answer one of the top 10 questions I always get from readers, and that's what is a trigger? And a trigger basically is anything that causes bipolar disorder mood swings, which means triggers can be negative, such as an argument with somebody or losing a job, but unfortunately triggers can be positive as well, such as having a baby or getting married. That's why they're so difficult to recognize sometimes, is that as humans, we think, oh, positive events lead to positive emotions. So it's very difficult for those of us with bipolar disorder to understand, oh my gosh, I'm going on the trip of a lifetime and I'm too sick to function while I'm there, and that's because it's triggered. Bipolar disorder is an illness that affects your ability to regulate your emotions. And so unless you're really leading a stable life where there's nothing new in there and you're like a monk on the top of a mountain, you're going to be affected by bipolar disorder triggers basically every day. It can be something as simple as being stuck in a traffic jam, or it can be something as serious as like when I have a serious book deadline, and I tell you, that makes me mighty sick. I keep going. And one of the reasons I can keep going is that I've learned what my triggers are. I've learned what to do about them. I still walk into them sometimes, and I'm really unhappy that I have to deal with all these triggers. For example, I love karaoke, or karaoke, as they say here. And the fact is if I stay out at karaoke until 11 or 12 p.m. at night, 12 a.m., done. I won't be able to sleep. And that's just a fact. So I've had to learn that that is a trigger that causes sleep problems, and I'm going to have to do something if I want to have a stable life with bipolar disorder. So I can't go out every night and stay out till midnight. That's an example of how you have to learn what your triggers are, modify them, and then sometimes you have to stop them completely. So once again, a trigger is anything that causes you to have bipolar disorder mood swings. And what I suggest is when you use the health cards, which I've talked about in other blogs, you need to write down your triggers for each mood swing. For example, you're going to have different triggers for depression than you are for anxiety. You're going to have different triggers for mania. Trigger for mania, for example, can be sunlight. Trigger for depression can be when it gets dark in the fall, depending on where you live. So I suggest that you start writing down your triggers on the health cards, and then in the second area of the health cards, you're going to say, what do I do to prevent them? And if you love someone with bipolar disorder, it's important that you remember you can be a trigger. For example, if your life is chaotic, you can trigger someone to have more mood swings. But if you're a mild person who can help the person with bipolar disorder balance their moods by maybe a calm atmosphere or giving them a lot of structure, you can make a huge difference in their lives. So all of us with bipolar disorder have to remember, triggers have to be noticed and modified if we want to stay stable. So I say good luck and start recognizing your triggers. Thanks.